Hi, welcome to Daily Dose of Anime Recaps. In this video, we'll be taking a look at episodes 35 through 37 of Season 2 of Swallowed Star. We're at the end of the century. A mysterious virus known as the RR virus appears in Earth's atmosphere, killing 2 billion people and mutating animals into monsters. In an attempt to destroy these monsters, the governments of the world used nuclear weapons. While the monsters survived, human civilization was all but wiped out. 5 nations survived and formed an alliance, providing shelter for humanity in large bases. Much like the animals of Earth, the humans have also gained powers, allowing some of them to become warriors, humanity's defenders against the monsters that plague the planet. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss the next episodes. Hong begins killing monsters with fields of energy. One Earth Dragon King slips past and almost bites him, but a single touch from his hand kills it instantly. Mo Henderson angrily shows respect to Luo Fung, who Hong has now promoted to First Elder. On realizing just how big a power jump the artifact gave the monster, the war gods all eye it lustfully, thinking about how powerful it would make them if they were to use it themselves. As some of them reach for it, they pause and look up to see Hong glaring at them. They chuckle nervously and move away from it. Hong gives the crystal to a weaker warrior present, and the warrior leaves with it. As they leave, one of the others asks Hong if it's possible that the tentacle beast had also eaten a crystal like this, which he confirms is entirely possible. 2 elders whisper to one another that there may be more crystals like that one, and they leave the group to go track it down. Tensions rise as they pass the other elders, all of them thinking the same thing. They must get their hands on another crystal. Once they leave, Hong tells those who remain that it is reasonable to assume there's a beast emperor in the area, and that they must investigate further. Hong worries that as the warrior he gave the crystal to will be attacked by all the other elders. Luo Fung is informed that the crystal is not from Earth, but is alien, and can greatly increase the strength of the warriors. Luo Fung wonders if it was released by an alien civilization to attract warriors to catch them all in one go. Hong calls all of the instructors to come help search for more crystals, and Luo Fung is excited to meet a warrior called the Beast, who he believes to be strong as he is the third of Hong's elite guard. Meanwhile, the warrior with the crystal is attacked by Elder Fa Er, who not only blasts him with fire, but defeats 2 other warriors who are trying to stop her. She incinerates the warrior and tells the other 2 warriors, who are from India, that they are unworthy of it, as they are the weakest of the factions. Luo Fung is warned that for the first time, every faction, martial hall, and nation is going to be trying to take one another down. The world's power balance is going to shift. He suddenly smells the scent of the crystal and drills through a rock to find 3 of them. Mo Henderson spots them as well, but as he makes a move for them, Luo Fung appears and takes them, telling him if he wants them, then he should take them. Fear passes over Mo Henderson's face, as Luo Fung, who he had been attacking in their previous fight, now appears to be ready to strike offensively. Luo Fung drills through the mountain and leaves as the 2 weaker warriors, with Mo Henderson, goad him into chasing after Luo Fung. Once Luo Fung is out of the cave, he meets up with Hong, who informs him that he is entitled to 2 of the 3 crystals he's found. But Hong warns Luo Fung that while he has become quite strong, if multiple elders team up on him, he will likely be defeated. Because of this, Hong offers to take all of them, so the other elders don't bother Luo Fung. Meanwhile, the military gives a recap to Brother Li of the various crystals found by the different groups. He is pleased to learn that Luo Fung found 3, as Luo Fung is also a major general of Hangxia, which is his country. But he's worried because many planetary powerhouses will fall with the power shifts these crystals have introduced. Meanwhile, 8 crystals are found, and Luo Fung sizes up the elder who wants to claim it for Europa and the HR Alliance, a warrior named Esther, who is the 4th great elder of the gods of war, under Thor and Mo Henderson. He is also a spirit master, which makes Luo Fung nervous. One of the weaker warriors with Esther tells Luo Fung to back off, but Luo Fung says that they belong to his martial hall. The weaker warrior attacks Luo Fung and gets mercilessly taken down by Luo Fung's telekinesis. Esther mocks Luo Fung, saying his offensive capabilities were not enough to take out Li Yao, and that his spirit powers ought to have a unique capability. Luo Fung realizes that Esther is trying to learn the secrets of his escape from the ancient civilization ruins, and as they prepare to fight, Luo Fung remarks that Esther is incredibly cunning for that. Before Luo Fung and Esther are about to fight, when another elder, the one from India, arrives, but tells them sheepishly to carry on. Esther binds Luo Fung with spirit powers. Luo Fung breaks breaks out, and they begin firing spirit knives at one another, dodging and parrying attacks. They appear evenly matched, with Luo Fung doing a little more dodging than Esther. Neither is able to land a hit on the other, and Luo Fung lifts a giant stone ring with his spirit powers. Esther smirks and does the same, and the rings collide, exploding. Luo Fung is thrown back, but Esther remains unmoved. He fires more blades off at Luo Fung, who barely avoids them, and uses his mountain drill attack. This catches Esther off guard, and he tries to catch it with his spirit powers. Esther remarks that this must be how Luo Fung defeated a boosted Li Yao, and that he is indeed powerful. He calls out for Elder Fa Er, who appears out of the rocks, and punches Luo Fung very far. She mocks him, saying he's very good at running away, and asks where he will run to this time. The ground explodes as Mo Henderson appears, ready to kill Luo Fung. Esther asks him to join them in killing Luo Fung, as his drill attack can only fight one person at a time, leaving him open to being attacked while he uses it. Luo Fung feels fear as Esther smirks at him, because the cunning elder has figured out his weakness. He decides his best option is to flee, but Mo Henderson blasts his tunnel with an ice cannon, sending him back into the open, where Elder Fa Er begins to pummel him with punches. He surprises her by taking them and even knocking her away, showing how much more powerful he has become since their last encounter. But Esther appears in front of him, grinning and telling him that he will not be escaping this time. The three elders surround him. Between Fa Er's fiery blasts, Mo Henderson's powerful punches, and Esther's superior spirit powers, Luo Fung begins taking hit after hit, and it takes all of his ability to even stay alive as he tries to maneuver his way out of the cave, with the three powerful elders trying to kill him. The elders, working together, begin to get in hit after hit on Luo Fung. Luo Fung ends up frozen. Esther fires off his blades for the kill as Luo Fung desperately tries to cut himself out of the ice. A mysterious figure saves him, and as the smoke clears, it is revealed to be Beast, whom Hong has said is the greatest melee fighter in the world if the opponent is within 100 meters. Mo Henderson and Esther charge at Beast, who goes to parry their attacks, but they slip past him, intent on killing Luo Fung. Hong's other two bodyguards appear and block their attack. Esther notes that Hong has invested quite a bit into Luo Fung if he sent all three bodyguards. The three elders and their low-level backup squads prepare to face off against Luo Fung and the three bodyguards as Mo Henderson's rage builds and the battlefield begins to freeze. He tells them that without Hong, Luo Fung and his team cannot win. Beast prepares to attack, but the other bodyguards tell him to calm down, as it is now America and Europa against Hangxia, and that if the Indian elder is lurking nearby and joins the other elders, Hangxia will lose its most powerful warriors in the fight. Luo Fung fires his knives at Esther, who blocks them with his spirit powers, and says a spirit warrior has more ways of attacking than just his weapon. Luo Fung laughs and says that is true, as he uses his final knife to cut the stalactites in the cave, causing them to fall on the elders. Esther catches the rocks with his spirit powers, but it was just a distraction. Luo Fung uses his spirit powers to scatter the wood crystals far away, and then his team flees. Fa Er suggests splitting up to get them, but Esther says that is Luo Fung's plan, to pick them off one by one. The elders decide to split off in groups so that they will not be outnumbered. Luo Fung and Beng Shan decide to trick Mo Henderson by having Beng Shan get his attention and take a single wood crystal, while Luo Fung sneaks around and takes the others. Mo Henderson uses his ice cannon to block Beng Shan's way, and the two battle. Beng Shan notes that Mo Henderson is really a brute and uses his superior speed to get several good hits on him. Mo Henderson produces a barrier of frigid air, stopping Beng Shan's attack from connecting, and then grabs him, bashing Beng Shan around with his great strength. As Mo Henderson pummels Beng Shan, he remarks that Beng Shan's freezing ability is far below his own. Mo Henderson uses his ice powers to take the wood crystal and defeat Beng Shan. Beng Shan tells him that while he was wasting his time taking the one wood crystal, Luo Fung was snatching up the other three in the area. Mo Henderson tells him that he has another elder from America there to stop Luo Fung from taking them while he finishes killing Beng Shan. Beng Shan says if Mo Henderson himself wasn't able to beat Luo Fung, why would a lower tier elder be able to? Mo Henderson laughs and says he isn't sure if the other elder can beat Luo Fung, but he can at least keep him busy while he kills Beng Shan. We cut to Luo Fung flying away from the beaten body of the other American elder. The water ripples and Esther rises from it. Luo Fung tells him that when he fought the American elder, he had sensed the spirit energy nearby. Esther asks why he chose to ignore it when he sensed it, and Luo Fung says that he ignored it because Esther chose not to step in as he fought the American elder. Luo Feng guesses that it's because Esther needed the American elder defeated by someone else's hand in order to avoid breaking the alliance. They exchange some banter before we cut back to where Mo Henderson has injured but not killed Beng Shan. Beng Shan freezes his wounds to stop the bleeding, then freezes the path Mo Henderson was about to take so that he cannot go look for Luo Feng. He tells Mo Henderson that since he's the most powerful, he has to be kept from joining the others. Mo Henderson scoffs and says that they are not a coalition of 3 forces, but a coalition of 5. As he says this, we see that Beast has defeated 2 low-level elders, and the elder from India, named Xing, walks out and tells him that he lives up to his fearsome reputation. The 2 defeated low-level elders note that while Xing has a reputation as a low-key person, he is actually a dirty and callous fighter who strikes at his enemy's weak points. The 2 engage in battle, and the 2 weaker elders are amazed at how easily Xing dodges Beast's attacks. Beast activates his primordial potency forbidden ability, Animalization. This ability lets him overexert his body to use his physical strength to its fullest. Beast's attacks begin hitting Xing, and the weaker elders worry that even someone as powerful as Xing will not win against those attacks. Xing tells Beast that he is good, but an unknown animal could never usurp the king of beasts. Xing proclaims that people call him the Lion King for a reason. Xing begins to pray as he does yoga, while levitating, and his power accumulates. He and Beast clash once more, and this time, Xing's attacks are much more powerful. He goes to finish Beast off with a kick, but Beast catches it and begins attacking again with great ferocity, as Luo Feng's voice says once again that Hong said Beast was invincible in 100-meter melee battles, and that Hong was correct. The 2 continue to fight as the weaker elders try to call for aid, noting that Xing and Beast are using all of their energy in attacking and not focusing on defense, which is draining them both. Xing sees that they are about to call Fa Air, and remembers when she beat the Hindian team earlier for the wood crystals. He demands to know where she is, but they say they do not know. Beast asks if he wants to avenge his brothers and offers to make a deal. We then cut to a weaker elder trying to grab a wood crystal when Yao Rao's whip wraps around his arm and throws him. As she moves for the wood crystals, 2 fireballs explode in front of her. Elder Fa Air and Yao Rao begin to fight. Both women are extremely powerful, and neither seems to have the upper hand as they vie for dominance in this battle. Yao Rao smiles as they fight, and Fa Air yells that Yao Rao cannot compete with her fire attacks. Yao Rao asks her if that would still be the case underwater, and pulls them both under the water. Yao Rao creates a whirlpool, sucking the now fireless Fa Air under. As they fight underwater, one of the lower-level warriors takes a wood crystal. As they burst out of the water, Fa Air seems confident she will still win, but her confidence falls as Xing lands near them with rage in his eyes. He attacks her as she asks if he's crazy, as they are supposed to be allies. He wounds her as she desperately tries to defend herself. He then cuts off her arm and tells her that is how he will avenge the Hindia warrior she murdered, and that Hindia has sought new allies. As he says this, Beast arrives next to Yao Rao. Just as they move in to finish Fa Air off, a weaker warrior fires a blast, blinding them all, as another warrior tackles her into the water to help her escape.